So basically in the last class we have seen the creation of organization structure in the last class. So that completes our organizational data. After the organizational data, we will look into the certain kind of master data which is required to proceed for the creation of transactional data. Okay, so what is a master data? So master data, we can say it is a one time data, or let's say these data we will be needing, or this is required to create or to proceed for the transactional data. So if you are going to create a transactional data, let's say you are going to create a purchase order, or let's say you are going to create a goods receipt, or let's say you are going to create a purchase requisition. For that one, whatever things are required. So what kind of things you need? So one, you need a material. Then you will be needing a supplier. You will need some conditions for the pricing and all. Okay, so for these things we need to create certain master data. What kind of master data will be there? First one is your material master data, then there will be supplier master data will be there, then there will be, with the combination of your material and supplier, there will be certain other master data will be there. Okay, so first let's understand the material master data. So what is a material master data? So any information related to the material for any kind of department. Let's say there will be a purchasing department will be there, sales department will be there, production department will be there, quality department will be there, warehousing department will be there. So for every department there will be certain information based on the material will be required. So these things will be stored inside a material master. Okay, we call it as a material master record because it is a master record which will be having all of the data related to the material. Okay, so here in S4 HANA, while we are going to look for the material master, there is one more concept is called material ledger. Okay, so material ledger is there in the ECC version also, but it was not mandatory. Without activating the material ledger also, we are able to create the material master. Okay, but here in S4 HANA, without activating the material ledger, we will not be able to create the material master for our plant. Let's say first we will see the configuration of material. Then once the configuration is done, then we will try to create a material master if it is possible or not. Then maybe we'll see what is a material ledger and how to activate it. So in the organizational data we have seen this one. So in the master data we will see. Okay, so these are some of the master data that is related to our MM side. Okay, material master. Then there will be business partner, which is nothing but it is a, let's say, for MM side it will be a supplier, let's say supply master data, or we can say vendor master data. Then there will be purchasing info record will be there, where we will be maintaining the, based on the material and let's say your vendor combination, we will put some say conditions we will be putting, let's say your price, your delivery time and all, we will be maintaining that. Then there will be source list will be there. Source list is basically, it is nothing but it is a list of the sources from which we are going to purchase or procure our material. Okay, then there will be, let's say batch master will be there, where we will be maintaining the batch details. Then there will be service master will be there, based on which we can create some service purchase order. Okay, so these are some of the master records are there which is related to the purchase order. We will see one by one, we will be looking into it. Okay, there is one more master data which is a quota master record. Okay, quota arrangement record, which was there in ECC, but it is not there in the S4 HANA. So in the S4 HANA there is no quota arrangement record is there. Okay, so first let's understand what is a material master. So material master is, so material related information stored in a data record is called as a material master record. Okay, so when we are going to create a material master record, what are some of the consideration, or what are the some of the things that we need to know? Okay, so first thing, when you are going to create a material master, so there will be certain we can say there should be certain classification or certain distinguishing between the materials should be there, right? So how we can classify the material? So material will be classified, okay? So material will be classified based on the material type in SAP. So what is a material type? Based on some of the, let's say, criteria of the material, or we can say based on some of the, let's say, characteristic of your material. So what are the characteristics? So let's say your material should be a raw material, okay, or you are going to use it for the manufacturing, okay, let's say, or it is a semi-finished material, right, or it is a trading goods, okay, let's say you are not going to manufacture it, you are just going to buy it and then you are going to sell it. So those kind of products are called as a trading material. So let's say if it is a service material, okay, so these kind of things will be categorized or will be classified based on their characteristic, how the material is going to be used. So material type is a important thing for the, or important concept for the material configuration or material consideration, okay. So based on this material type we will be creating the materials, okay. So now if we go to the, let's say, SPRO screen, so here we can go to reference IMG. So here you can go to the logistics general, okay. So your material master and your business partner will be coming under your logistics general. Some part of it will come under logistics general, some part of it will come under material management, okay. So first we'll go to the logistics general. Here we can go to the material management, material master. From here we can see there is a basic settings is there. If we go inside this one, so first thing here you can see define output format for the material number, okay. If you click on this one, so now here you can see material number length. So material number length, here you can see it is showing as 80 digit, but in the S4 HANA we can make it as a till 40 digit also. We can set it for 40 digit also, okay, but by default it is showing as a 18 digits. So this is basically how much is should be your material number length should be there. So that is mentioned over here. Next one is material number template. Now here you can maintain some of the template. Let's say you are going to maintain not only the number, let's say you are having certain let's say format for that one. Let's say you are going to maintain the material number as, let's say, starting will be your material type. Let's say you are using a raw material type, so you will start with RM. Let's say you are using a semi-finished material, you can start with SF, okay. Likewise, if you want to give some, let's say, digit and your numbers and letters, if you want to combine, so that also you can do it with respect to this material number template, okay. Now next one is your leading zeros. Here if you can see there is a leading zeros is there. So now what is the function of this leading zero? Let's say you are having a 18 digit, you are, you maintain the material number should be 18 digit, okay. Now let's say you are creating the material with a 10 digit number, okay. Your material as per your number ranges it will be creating. So if you are creating a number ranges for 10 digit, now next first 8 digit it will be zeros, okay. So I will show you that. Now see, if you see here you can see start material is starting with some zeros, okay. So all will be 18 digit, okay. So whatever digit you are taking based on the number range, it will take the numbers, and before that one it will take the zeros, okay. So here you can see everything is taking as starting with 0, okay. So everything you can see it is starting with 0. Like here you can see 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 15 16 17 18, okay. So total digit is 18. Now 3 digit for your number, 15 digit are 0, okay. Likewise it will happen based on your number range, whatever number range you are taking, based on that it will start with a 0, then with your number range it will be taking your numbers. it will take as a 0. So now this is for the leading zeros. If you are taking this leading zeros, so it will material numbers will show on that format only. Okay, so now I'll go back. So now next one is here you can see. So here you can see maintain company code for the material management. If you go inside this one, so basically here for our company code you have to initialize the company code. What do you mean by initialize? You have to maintain this for our current year and current month. You have to initialize. So for the first time when you are creating a let's say company code and you have not created anything, so first you have to initialize this one. Later period it will not say allow you to do the to initialize or to maintain the year and month for this one. Okay, later on it will be difficult. So here we will be going for this one. Okay, now see, this is showing us 2025 1. Okay, it is automatically, it has taken. Okay, so you have to see, now you can see there are certain companies are there for which it is showing as 2024 and 10th month, 2024 8th month. So here it is showing like that. So you have to keep it for the current year and current month, you have to keep it like that. And next going on, so once let's say right now we are in January. Okay, so when we will go to the February, then there is a posting period is there, so posting period we have to make it open. Okay, that will see it in a later period, we'll see. So basically from for the starting you have to initialize the period for the current year and current month, you have to mention it here. So this T code you can note it down. This is OMSY T code. For the starting of the time means whenever you are creating something at that point of time you have to maintain it OMSY. Once the company code is there, or let's say you are working in a support project, or let's say your company code is already there, so you can use the MMPB transaction to open or close the new posting periods. Okay, OMSY only you will be able to do it for a one time. Once you are creating this one, you will be able to initialize this in here. Okay, so this is basically for your material master activation in the company code level. Without this one you will not be able to post any documents. Okay, if your company code is not having the current let's say month and year active, you will not be able to post any document for your company code. Okay, next one is your material type. Okay, so here you can see first one is define attributes for a material type. If we go inside this one, so here you can see there are multiple types of material type are there. Okay, so here this is an online server, so that's why you can see a lot of material types are there which is not, I believe, standard, and which are being created by the let's say some people or some persons have created all of this material type. So if you go to let's say, so just to show you the difference I am showing you this on a ECC server. So in the ECC server basically you will not be getting this much of things. You can see some of the standard things which are there and which you will be seeing in the let's say in the real-time server also, you can see that one. So you can go to material master, basic settings, material type, define material type. So here you can see these are the material type that you are going to see in the real-time environment. Okay, ABF is for waste, AEM for sample, BLG for empty. So these are all type of material related to the all type of industries. These material types will be there, but based on our requirement we can see some of the important material type that we are going to see or we will use in the real-time system. So first one is here you can see DAN is a service material, and in S4 HANA there is one more material is there, it is SCRB type of material. So here you can see SCRB type of material, this is service product type of material, is this is added in the S4 HANA. SCRB type of material you cannot find it here. Okay, so SCRB material is not there in the ECC, but SCRB material is there in S4 HANA. This has been introduced. Okay, So then after DIEN, you can see spare parts is there, finished product is there, FERT, ERSA, and here you can see HALB material is there, semi-finished product, HAWA, trading goods, HERS, manufacturing parts. Sometime you can also see this HIB operating supply, returnable packaging is LEIH. Okay, so here you can see non-stock material is NLAG, pipeline material is PIP. Here you can see ROH is for raw material, VERP is for the packaging material, UNBW is for non-valuated material. Okay, so these are some of the important material type which you are going to see in the real-time system. Also, you can see these things. Okay, you can see this, and these are the we can say important material types which we are going to use, or mostly these things will be used. So packaging material you will be using. Okay, non-valuated and non-stock material you will be using mostly. Okay, and raw material, semi-finished material, finished goods, and let's say your trading materials, these are some of the common materials type which you are going to use in your, let's say, for your client, or let's say when you are going to work in the real system. So these material types will be, we can say this is as a default system type. Okay, if you want to create any new material type, okay, you can create with respect to the existing material type. So let's say if I want to create, now let's say here there are a lot of materials are there. Okay, now I want to create a material type based on my requirement. So let's say I will check what is the raw material. So here you can see there are a lot of raw materials are there. Raw material LGPS someone has created, right? So I will go for ROH. So here you can see raw material standard is there. So if I want to create a material similar to this kind of material, okay, similar to this type of material or this material type, what I can do, I can copy from the existing material type to a new material type, so that I can create. So let's see. Okay, so I'll select this one and I'll create on copy. Here I can take the material type as, let's say we are having a 9 series company, so I will take 9 ROH. Okay, so I will take this raw material 9990. I will take this one. So here what things you can change and what things you should not change. Okay, so here you can see this is a material type configuration. Okay, material type configuration or material type selection screen, you can see. Okay, selection screen, or you can say this is the material type screen. Okay, so first thing here you can see there is a field reference is there. So field reference, and next one is screen reference, S reference. Okay, field reference and screen reference, don't change it. What is the requirement of this field reference? Based on this field reference, it will take, like, what kind of fields should be allowed or not, that will be determined by the field reference. So based on the raw material type, it will take the field reference. Same for the screen reference, what screen should come, like on which sequence the screen should come, it will be defined in the screen reference. So don't change these things also. So these two things, don't change this. Okay, there are a multiple field reference will be there. So based on the raw material type, there will be field selection, field reference will be there, there will be material type will be there, sorry, there will be screen reference will be there. So don't change these two things. Okay, and next there will be, so next here you can see there is a special material type. So this you can select. Material is configurable, material is, let's say pipeline is mandatory for RP logistics. So these things you can configure as per your requirement, you can check. Okay, if you want to know what is the functionality of this one, you can just select this one and click on F1, and you can see what is this details of this configurable material. Okay, indicator that determines the material is configurable. Use, if you use this indicator or is indicator is set, you can assign variant class to the material, making it possible to use as a configurable material. Okay, so you can check what is the details for this one, you can check. Okay, this is not that much of important for now. Okay, but if you are going to if there is any kind of requirement is there for your client, then definitely you need to know something on the special material type, so you can just check what are the special material type indicators, but this is not mostly not required for us. Okay, here next important thing is user departments. Okay, based on the raw material, it is already selected the raw, let's say, user departments which are required or which are not required, but also based on your, let's say, plant and company code, you can select whatever user departments you are going to select or use for this material type. Okay, so that you can define. So here you can see there are, so here you can see it is selecting all of the data, but basically here if we say, because someone has changed the standard. Okay, someone has changed the standard, so if we want to check the standard, so here let's say I will go to, so let's say if I go to ROH, select this one, go to details, here you can see. Okay, so here you can see there is nothing is selected. So here you can see for the raw materials, here you can see work scheduling is not there, production resources tools are not selected, sales is not selected. Okay, because raw material you are not going to produce or manufacture, or you are not going to sell the raw material. Okay, you cannot sell the raw material. When you are selling this material, let's say you have something in your you might have one question in the mind, let's say someone is selling me the raw material. Okay, whoever is selling you a raw material, so for them it will be a trading material type, right? So they are not going to manufacture the raw material, or if they're going to manufacture the material, then it will be a different material type for your supplier, and it will be a different material type for you. Okay, so likewise, if you are selecting something as a raw material, then there should not be any sales department, any manufacturing department should be selected over here.